refer to his report, but we are not advised that they want to touch his investigations before this honorable court will watch if the state will explain.
No, we had no witness. We summoned the witness but hasn't come. And since A1 is not in court, hasn't been produced, would prefer production warrant against A1. Counsel for the accused person says we should explain. The prisons, the person was remanded prisons, so they are the better placed to inform us why they haven't produced him. So would prefer production warrant, and hopefully on the next given date we'll have.
One regarding the absence of A1. The state knows that Dr. D.r Besigye was granted bail by this man. Your Worship, the last time this matter came up, as per the record, he was on the production because of some other charges which were either taken going on before the General Court Martial. But the position has since changed, Your Worship. And I'm sure this honorable court has taken judicial notice of the fact that the General Court Martial was banned by the Supreme Court from proceeding with any matter involving civilians. And the prosecution knows this. So under all circumstances, Dr. Besigye is expected to be here. But the state is holding him somewhere illegally because he's no longer in the hands of the General Court Martial. He's no longer in the hands of the General Court Martial because the General Court Martial was supposed to sit on that. That was last week. It did not sit. And the remand warrant, which had earlier on been issued by the General Court Martial, expired on that. So as we speak right now, there is no remand warrant from the General Court Martial. And we can authoritatively tell this honorable court there is no any remand warrant from any court in Uganda that keeps Dr. Besigye in remand anyway. So he is incarcerated by the state, and the prosecution here, which represents the state here, should explain where he is right now. So, in a nutshell, he cannot ask for a production warrant. Production warrant to bring him from where? Production warrant is issued to prisons authorities. But in this particular case, Your Worship, if the prison's authorities are the ones in his custody. They are not doing it legally. If they are the ones keeping him in custody, they are not doing it legally. And therefore it's untenable to issue production warrant to a force that is holding somebody illegally. So this honorable court cannot issue production warrant to somebody who is in illegal incarceration, who is not on remand. The next, if that happens, Your Worship, if I may conclude this point, the next next thing that will happen, to find somebody kept in a safe house, and then the prosecution asks for a production warrant for somebody who is in a safe house. That is an absurdity. So for intents and purposes, if Dr. Besigye is in Brazil, he is in a safe house, not in Mandi prison. He is in a safe house where he is being held illegally, not on remand, because there is no remand warrant, valid remand warrant from any court. Point number 1. Point number 3, Your Worship, about the witnesses. Again, in a very cursory manner, the state said, we summoned the witness, but we don't know why he's not here. Just casually like that. He has not even bothered to tell the court that because when the state has gotten a witness, they have their particulars. He would have gone an extra mile to explain they have called him on the phone, probably his phone is off, or he's on the way coming, or something could have happened to him, probably he's sick or lost a loved one, or something, any valid reason why the witness is not here. But he said, just throwing his hand is in the air. Your Worship, to be honest, that is an abuse of the court process. To be an abuse. I mean, it would be an insult to this honorable court if such a reason is entertained by this honorable court. In a nutshell, Your Worship, no justification has been made for the application of further adjournment. We pray that Your Worship will compel this prosecution to close their case. We proceed to the next stage of the submission. No case for answer. We do so for Your Worship.
Well, in rejoinder, first, the issue is A1 is on bail in this case, and that's very clear. It is his lawyers who informed this court that he was remanded by General Court Martial, and this court went ahead to issue a production warrant. On the last hearing date, he was here, and since he was on remand, he should have been produced. So, Yona, if his lawyers are saying he's not out, then he is in prison, Yona. Yona, the issue of whether he is in prison legally or not, they are not matters that concern this honorable court. those are matters that would concern whoever remanded him. And I believe the submissions by land colleagues should have been made to that court, or any other court where orders are being called to ensure his release, but not this honorable court. So, as far as this court is concerned, the accused person is with the prisons. And this honorable court can go ahead and issue a production warrant. My land colleague goes on to state that a production warrant should not be issued because he's illegally in prison. That cannot, it's not an issue for this court. Nobody has pronounced him illegally in prison. No orders have been issued to this court. And in any case, even if he was illegally in prison, those matters do not concern this honorable court. Whether he's illegally in prison or illegally in prison, as my land colleague states, those matters do not concern this honorable court. He is on bail. So this court can only issue production warrant to produce him, and until his lawyers resolve the issue of his remand with the appropriate court, which is not this court. So it will be our prayer that one court was informed that he's on remand. Prison can furnish this court with the reason why they have not produced him today. And inform this honorable court whether he still is there, because my land colleague seems to state that he should not be there. If he's there, this court should oblige and issue production warrant. As far as I'm concerned, there is no any order from any court that has been directed to this honorable court, informing it that it cannot issue a production warrant for A1 and that he is illegally in prison on remand. There is no such order. I will move on to the next. We were casual. We summoned this witness. We have a duly extracted witness summons as proof that we extracted them and served them on police. Uganda police went ahead to issue a radio communication, which we have a copy of. To Greater Massacre, to the RPC Greater Massacre, where the witness was transferred to. So we expected the witness in court. We have these documents. Maybe we can tender them in and show court proof of our actions. So, the prosecution did all it could. And CPS, I believe, also did all it could to summon this police officer through the appropriate channels. Now that he has not appeared, then we will have to find out the reason why And maybe, the next time we have to get a warrant of arrest against him. Is a police officer is supposed to come and appear. And so arising from that, would pray for an adjournment. And since also A1 is not in court, it will not do any injustice, to the accused persons, since trial should be in person. No injustice will be made, since we are also even trying to resolve the presence and the appearance of A1. As we resolve the issue of appearance of A1 for this court, even on the next hearing date, we will also produce this last witness. So no injustice will be made there. So will pray that Court of Lands grants us the adjournment and the production warrant for A1 and summons for our witness, Detective Okolo Kulabatara. So we pray on.
So while you were deliberating about the whereabouts of Dr. D.r Besigye, I have just received communications from Uganda prisons, from the officer in charge, Uzida Upper Prison, and their communication is to the essence that Dr. D.r Besigye himself declined to attend court. There's a letter attached from him, and it says it's to inform you that I'm currently indisposed and unable to attend court today. Yours sincerely, signed by Dr. D.r Besigye. So from what I'm getting from this is that he himself declined to attend court. So the only thing I can do now is grant the adjournment and issue a production warrant for him to appear at the next date.
Just a small observation on that, Your Worship. Yes, we take cognizance of that fact, and we can proceed to verify the same that they all admitted to this honorable court to appear physically as prisoners of authorities and explain yourself. Because they were commanded by court to leave Dr. D.r Besigye. If they fail to meet him, they ought to have come here, not just writing a letter. Your Worship will take that also as abuse of the process. It's not a good practice.
So given the fact that this involves a matter of personal liberty, I want to give a date as close as possible, so that we can, as you do your verification, we also ascertain if in fact he really doesn't want to be in court. And if at all, if he wishes to be here, then we can reinstate his bail if he's not remanded on the other side. And go on with his bail. The earliest date I have available is 14th of February, this Friday.
14.
However, keep in mind that it's a very short period of time, so I don't expect him to have a witness in that time frame. I am only giving this shorter judgment to ascertain exactly if in fact this gentleman has declined to come to court or not. As you also do your due diligence to find out under what circumstances he's being incarcerated. So it's basically just a mention date. So do not put the prosecution on pressure to proceed with the hearing.
Most of them.
But you also have a question on the production warrant in expecting and serving it.
Since prisons is owning the fact that they do have him in custody, the gentleman who has brought the letter is in fact waiting for the production warrant. So it will be issued for that date. Yes, I'm going to have the matter fixed for the State. Should we continue with the time again because the other cases in the morning? We see that. Should we do for weeks since I came from prisons?
I don't know. We can do the normal time.
We'll begin with it.
Yeah, we can begin. Okay.
The matter has been adjourned for mention to the 14th of February 2025 at 10 a.m. A production warrant shall issue for that date.
Yes, you witnessed the proceedings today. Doctor was not brought, and we are really concerned about the events as they are unfolding right now, because it was so strange. There was no show of anyone from the prisons authorities initially. Actually, from the time we entered, it was quite obvious that doctor had not been brought, despite the fact that the last time we appeared here, there was a court order which was clear: produce him today. Unfortunately, there was no show at all. No explanation had been even given by the prosecution as to what was going on. So we are left at a loss. Now, at the tail end of the proceedings, then there is a surprise twist of events that now a letter has emerged from Rosira indicating that actually the doctor is indisposed. This is serious. It's quite worrying. We are greatly concerned about his health now. To be indisposed to the extent of failing to make it to court is such a serious matter. And nowhere in the letter the prisons authorities have indicated that they are taking him to any medical facility. And we want to emphasize this: a medical facility of his choice. So this is a serious matter which is of great concern to us, and we have conferred as a legal team here. We have no choice but to proceed to Rosira in the course of tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have agreed tomorrow at midday we shall be visiting Dr. Besigye, because we are concerned about the trend of events. Over the weekend, their relatives who attempted to access him, it was not possible. The police authorities gave reasons which could not add up. Even yesterday, Monday, a sister and colleagues from the party and many of our colleagues attempted to visit him. It was the same story. So, since I think Friday last week, none of us has had the opportunity of talking to him. And it has been routine, at least on a daily basis. He could get a visitor from Katonga, one of the relatives and whatnot, friends. Many people have been visiting him on a daily basis. So it's very, very, very worrying to us that since Friday, it has not been able, or rather, since Friday, it has not been possible for friends, comrades, colleagues in the party,
and relatives to access him. There's something the prisons authorities is not telling us. And it's the reason now we want to make it formal. We are going to write to the Commissioner General of Prisons today, indicating to him that tomorrow by midday, all of us, the lawyers, will have to assemble there and see if we can access him, do our due diligence as the magistrate suggested, and establish the state of affairs regarding his health and the reasons as to why they have not brought him here. We want to verify that. Finally, we are also concerned that he's still under illegal detention. The warrant that had committed him to Luzira by the General Court Martial lapsed on 3rd of this month. And the proceedings, obviously you are aware, were terminated by the Supreme Court. So there are no proceedings going on before the General Court Martial. So what reason is he being kept in Luzira? We filed our application for habeas corpus, which we understand has been allocated to Justice Singiza. And we are asking the judiciary to have this matter expeditiously heard, because obviously this is gross injustice. This is despicable. It is something that we condemn in the strongest terms possible.
So is it true that your client is on a hunger strike? Is the reason it's not coming up?
You see, these are the events that are worrying us. This is what I've told you. Mixed signals coming from Luzira. Now the letter is indicating he is indisposed. That is the communication coming. Media reports are to the effect that he is on a hunger strike. Many of our colleagues who have attempted to access him have not been able to do so. So we are left at a loss. This is what we are saying. This is the explanation we are giving, that actually we are in a dilemma as to what is happening and what to do next in regards to his incarceration, because we have done everything within the confines of the law. Just tell me one thing we needed to do that we have not done. Is it pushing the Attorney General to release Dr. Besigye? We have done so. We have visited the Attorney General. We have visited the Commissioner General of Prisons. The matter has been before Parliament. We have filed an application for his release, the habeas corpus order in High Court, which is here to be disposed of. We have even asked this magistrate court to intervene. We have done everything possible. Literally, we have combed through all the laws and explored all the available options. And now we are asking, what is happening? This is the question we are also posing, because the reports we are getting are quite confusing. They are quite confusing. Is he on hunger strike? Is he sick? Is he indisposed? Has he himself declined to be in court? And so on and so forth. All these are issues which are begging for answers, and the only way we can verify this is by visiting him tomorrow. Hopefully, the Commissioner General will grant us access, because we are going to formally write to him, as I've indicated, that tomorrow midday we shall be there at Luzira. Yeah, from here we are going to seek audience with the Registrar High Court to see if this matter could be fixed soon. Normally, this matter of this nature, it's a prerogative order of court, habeas corpus. It's a matter which is urgent in nature and has to be disposed of expeditiously. So it's the matter we want to impress upon the registrar, and possibly, if we could have audience with the judge who has been allocated this file, we could raise it with him and see if we can get a slot for the same to be had this week, preferably this afternoon or tomorrow. Because once you seek for an order of habeas corpus, everything else should be put aside, because it's a matter which touches the constitutional liberty of an individual. And given this developing situation, rather given the situation as it unfolds right now, that now doctor is indisposed, the very reason why everything should be fast-tracked to have this matter conclusively handled. So we are going to have an interface with the registrar for that particular purpose. Tuli beeraliikirivu, tuli bennyamivu ku bigenda mu maaso nga mubiraba. Kisookera ddala twali mu kooti wano mwabiraba mwenna, kooti neeragira nti Dr. Besigye bamukomyewo olwaleero. Tutuuse wano ng'embeera eragira ddala nti taliiwo, nga tewalina wa prisons aliredde kunnyonnyola. Prosecutor owa court state attorney nga naye ebyannyonnyola tebikwatagana. Naye tumaliza okuwa ensonga zaffe eziraga n'obunyiikaavu bwaffe, tubadde tuli awo omuntu ng'ajja asotya mpola ng'agamba avudde Luzira, bw'aleese ebbaluwa ajjidde na mu ssaati ya bulijjo, tabadde na mu prisons authorities. Tumulabye ng'agenda bw'ati ng'atambula, si wa prisons. Era tulina okulowooza nti omuntu oyo si na wa prisons, ayina ndowooza bitongole bikesi birala byavuddemu. Naye newe azze n'akabaluwa ne bakayisaawo ne kagenda paka ewa magistrate akalaga nti Dr. Besigye mulwadde tasobodde kujja. Akamu bagamba nti naye yennyini oba yakawandiise tetukalabyeko, ne mulamuzi atusuubizza nti akabaluwa bagenda katuwaako kopi, katulinde bakatuweeko. Naye ebyo bw'ogattagatta byonna ebigenda maaso nti byetweraliikiriza. Ekisooka olwaleero tebamuleese bagamba nti mulwadde. Okuva ku Lwokutaano tewali muntu yenna ku booluganda, ab'emikwano, bammemba b'ekibiina okuva Katonga eyamulabyeko nti Dr. Kizza Besigye wuuno. Batulemesezza embeera yonna. So okuva ku Lwokutaano, Lwamukaaga, Sunday, Monday, olwaleero Tuesday tetumanyi mbeera Dr. Kizza Besigye gy'alimu, okujja katika n'akabaluwa akaze ne kagamba nti gy'ali mulwadde tasobola kujja mu kooti. So embeera eno yeeraliikiriza. Naye kisinga okutwennyamiza kwe kuba nti buli kyonna ekyetaagisa mu mateeka tukikoze, gonna tugamazeeyo amateeka okuviira ddala ku kooti esooka paka ku esembayo eya Supreme Court. Era n'ekitwennyamiza kwe kulaba nti n'okutuusa kati kooti esembayo ey'oku ntikko n'ewa oda esembayo n'okutuusa olwaleero nga bakyaginyoomye. Tukoze kyonna ekisoboka okugiteekesa mu nkola, naye basajja tukoze buli kyonna ekyetaagisa okugiteekesa mu nkola, naye bano abatamanya ngamba abasibira mu bbwa beefudde bakiwagi. Tunuulira Supreme Court yasalawo nga 3 January olwaleero ennaku z'omwezi 12 ogwokubiri Dr. Besigye bakyamulemedde. Mu bufunze Luzira bagifudde safe house. Era ekyo tukigambye omulamuzi nti toyinza kufuula prisons safe house. Kati Dr. Besigye tali ku remand, kuba remand warrant eyali efulumiziddwa General Court Martial yaggwako ng'ennaku z'omwezi 3 omwezi ogwokubiri. Ate nga Supreme Court yali emaze n'ogisazaamu nga 31. Kakati waali mu kasenge konna we bamukuumidde Luzira ali mu safe house, tali mu remand prison. Remand prison ebeerako order eya court. Kati tewali court order ekuumira Dr. Besigye Luzira. Ekyo tukyemphasizinze nnyo nti right now is in a safe house, not on remand, because a remand presupposes that there is a valid remand warrant from court. Nobody should be in Luzira without a valid remand warrant or having a conviction order. So Dr. Besigye has no court order keeping him in Luzira, so he's in a safe house. Kati ekyo tubagambye nti court tesobola kukkiriza muntu kumukuumira mu safe house mu mbeera efaanana bwetyo. So obunyiikaavu bwaffe buli bwe buti. Twagenda Attorney General mukulu Kiwanuka n'atabaako kyakola. Twagenda mu prisons authorities tewali kyakolebwa. Twagenze mu High Court netteeka ya habeas corpus batugambye nti fayiro bagitutte wani wa Justice Singiza tebannagifixinga. Kati tuzze wano dokita tebamuleese. Twagala okubuuza abagamba nti Dr. Besigye be bamulina, mumulina muteeka ki, ku biragiro ki? Era kyetufa tubagamba nti ali mu safe house. So n'olw'ensonga eyo olwaleero tugenda kuwandiikira commissioner wa prisons nga bannamateeka ffenna enkya ssaawa 6 tugenda Luzira tumubuuze ekisookera ddala Dr. Besigye amukuumidde muteeka ki but ekyokubiri nga kikulu nnyo bwe bulamu bwe bwaliko embeera eno n'ebirala ebigenderako bye tujja ogenda nabyo. Ekyokubiri olwaleero tugenda kulaba registrar wa High Court wekiba kisoboka tulabe n'omulamuzi Justice Singiza tulabe nti habeas corpus application ye neewulirwa kubanga kye bayita habeas corpus court order efulumizibwa amangu ddala ng'omuntu ali mu kabiga ng'ali mu mbeera y'obuzibu by'obuwambe ng'awambiddwa tasibiddwa mu mateeka ate era nga tatwalibwa mu kooti. So kooti erina okuyingirawo mangu nnyo ddala okulaba nga court order eyo efuluma. So twagala okulaba nga application eyo ewulirwa amangu ddala nga bwe kisoboka. Bwe kabe kasinge bwe batuwa olwaleero tulaba tusanyuse tujja kusanyuka nnyo singa batuwa olwaleero oba olunaku olw'enkya ne butasukka weekend twagala okulaba nga High Court ewulira application yaffe ya habeas corpus.